Hello everyone. In this session, we will talk about the list box. So, as we have already, as we you know that what is combo box and how to use that, right? So, list box is similar to the combo box. Then, what is the difference, right? And how will we come to know that which control we should use? Either a combo box or or the list box. So, let's see what you can do. So from the tool menu, toolbox, you can find the list box. This is the list box, right? Yeah, this is the list box. And when you will drag and drop on the form, it will look like this. It's very simple, right? I have just added the items to it. It is similar to the combo box, like just go to the items property, and from the items property you can go to the collection and you can add the items. It's similar to the combo box. We will see what is the difference. Then so similar, like name you can change the column width. As name suggests, you can understand the property, right? Then item height, like mango, banana, the items, and what should be the height of that item. Selection mode, sorted we have already discussed. And the multi-column, the meaning of the multi-column is, let's say that this is your list box, right? And you want it in a multiple columns, like similar to the Word. If you remember, in a Word, Microsoft Word, we have a multi-column property, right? Multi-column feature is there. So I want certain items, okay? Then so this facility, this feature, you can use with the property multi-column. If it's true, then automatically you can see that your item will go into the next column. So it's very easy. List box. Now check what is the difference. So as you can see on the screen, that here we have a combo box, and we have already discussed that in a combo box you can have a drop down, right? And this is the fixed box, but you can use the arrow to drop down it. List box is very simple. It is like a box, and in that box you have a list of all the items. One other type of list box is there, and that is the checked list box. This thing you can use for your shopping application or like that. Like if you want to allow the user to select multiple items, like okay, I want to buy apple, I want to buy banana. So based on the requirement, you can either use the list box or the checked list box. Ultimately both are same, but in the checklist box you can select the multiple items, right? So this is the interface of the list box. And let's understand this with one example. This is the code, but before discussing the code, I would like to give you the idea that what we want to do. So let's understand these three different images one by one. Here we have taken one list box. In this list box we have 4 items: apple, banana, orange and mango. This you can add using the item property, right? Item property, and then go to the collection. Same like combo box. Then here we have one text box and one button. Then this is the first image, right? In the second image, it is one image, but just want to tell you that what we are going to do. Now what I want to do, this is my search box. I have entered watermelon. Okay, I have entered watermelon, and I will click on this search button. So what I want as in my output, I want one message box. Item not found. Okay, means what actually I am doing over here. When I click on the search button, I have written the code on the search button. Like whatever I have entered in the text box, if it is not there in the list box, I give this, or this message box should be popped up. Item not found with this message. And also we are giving the liberty to the user to add this item. So we are asking, do you want to add this item to the list? So if user say yes, if user clicks on the yes button, in that case that item should be added in the list box. So here you can see that watermelon is added, and after adding this item, here we have the message box, new item added to the list successfully, right? So let's sum up all this let's sum up this idea, and then we will write the code for the same. So what is our idea? Our idea is to create the list box and one search engine. Okay, then we will allow the user to enter the data or the text into the text box, and when user clicks on the search button, we will check that the the item is there in the list or not. If item is not there, we will allow the user to add that item into the list by giving one, or by showing one message box. And then after adding that item to the list box, we will give the message to the user that items added successfully. So this is our idea, and for this idea, here we have the code. Let's understand the code. In this code, we are going to use two methods. One is the contain method and second is the message box method. So how to write the code for that? So I have taken one variable answer as a string. Then all these things I have written on the click event. So do not forget click event of search button, click event of this button. What do you want to do? If listbox one dot items contains what? Whatever you have entered in the text box. So this is my parameter. If is equal to false means if item is not there in the list, then what do you want to do? You want to pop up the message box, and in the message box you have written item not found. Do you want to add this item to the list? And here we are providing two buttons, yes and no. So after the comma, message box style dot yes no, you need to write. Now what will happen? Whatever the button user will select, either it's a yes or the no, that answer will be stored in this answer variable because we have written equal to sign. So now let's understand that this message box will contain the message, and when it will pop up the box, at that time you will have two buttons, yes and no. Whatever the user will select, answer yes or no, that will be stored or that will be assigned in the answer string. Means now my answer variable have yes, right? Because I have selected yes because item is not there. Now if answer is equal to VBS, yes it is VBS, then what do you want to do? You want to add that item, where in the list box one dot items dot add. What you want to add? You want to add the data from the text box 1.1, right? Okay, after adding that, you have to clear the text box for the next search, right? So for that I have written text box 1 dot clear, and after adding that value to the list box, again we are giving the message to the user, simple message box like new item added to the list successfully. That's it. So this is for when user selects yes, but what if user selects no? So else if answer is equal to VB no, means this one, right? When if user selects no, in that case simply me dot close, means it will close the form. So this is one more method, close, means whenever you want to close the form, you can simply write me dot close and it will close the form, right? It is easy. Okay, one more thing. If you have observed, here we have used if else, right? So this one is this if, this is the structure, if, then, else if, then, and if, and this is the outer if structure. So this is nested if also, right? Also we studied that how to use the contains method, then add method, then message box method, and how to store the value of message box in the variable, how to close the form, right? So all these things. One more thing, at runtime, when you will run the item to the list box, it will not add item permanently. So for that you need to write the code, because right now we don't have a database, right? So we cannot store that permanently, but yeah, you can write the code for it in the future. But for now, this is about the list box, right? So you can explore it more in your practical session.